Hello Patriots, today in math we are going to work with multiplication and division stories. So if you would head your 2-column notes with multiplication and division stories. You know how to divide and multiply. Today, you will use models to decide when to use multiplication or division to solve a problem. So our I can statement for today will be, I can determine when to multiply or divide to solve a problem. Push pause. Well, the question is, when should you multiply or divide? Guess what? I have an answer. You should multiply when combining. Combining means to what? Bring together. Equal parts. Remember, they must be equal parts or you cannot multiply. We will choose to divide when finding the number of groups sometimes we call them sets, or the numbers in each group or set. Push pause. Let's write an example. If we know that each canoe holds 4 people, and I want to know how many people can sit in 14 canoes. Well, let's see. Let's draw this out. What do I know? And what do I want to know? I want to know how many people can sit in the canoes. That's our total. If I know that each canoe holds 4 people, and I am told that there are 14 canoes, that means I know both parts. I know that there are 4 people in each canoe, and there are 14 canoes. So I can multiply 14 canoes times 4 people in each canoe. 4 times 4 is 16. Where I regroup the 1. 4 times 1 is 4. And 1 more is 5. So there are a total of 56 people. And, oh, don't want to do that. 14 canoes. Push pause. If I have a part B to this question, how many canoes will be needed for 36 people. Now I know the total number of people. That is 36. That goes on the top. If I know that 4 people fit in each canoe, what I don't know is how many canoes will I need. So that's what it would look like when you draw it out. If I have 36 people and I divide it by 4 people in each canoe, I know that I would need a total of 9 canoes for 36 people. Push pause to write your notes. Okay, I'm going to move to a new page. Let's do another example. If Ben has $55 to buy balloons, the balloons cost $9 per bunch, or for each bunch. I want to know how many bunches of balloons can Ben buy. Well, you have to think about the data and what is it we know. We know that Ben has $55. So I'm going to write that at the top. We know also that balloons cost $9 for every bunch. What we don't know is how many bunches can Ben buy. We can do this a couple different ways. Let's do it with putting it in the house. If we have 55 as of our dividend, our divisor will be 9. 9 times what number is 55? Well, 9 times no number is 55. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. So 63 is too much. We need to make this a 6. 9 times 6 is 54. I write my 54 down. I subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. 5 minus 5 is 0. So I have 6 with a remainder of 1. Well, the question is, how many bunches of balloons can Ben buy? So let's push pause before we really answer that for you to write your notes. Okay, sometimes when you have a remainder, you need to know this. Sometimes you ignore the remainder. When would you ignore it? You might ignore it this time when they ask you how many bunches of balloons could he buy, because he could only buy a total of 6 bunches of balloons. With 1 remainder, we wouldn't be concerned about. Sometimes, however, if the questions ask something like this, how much money will Ben have left? Well, that's another question. If he has $55 and each bunch of balloons costs $9, 9 times 6 equals 54. And we subtract, and we have a remainder of 1. So he can buy 6 bunches of balloons, which is shown here, and he would have a remainder of $1. So Ben would have $1 left. And in this instance, you would not ignore the remainder. That is our notes for this evening. We will practice in class tomorrow. Have a good night, Patriots.